Shannon, have you been seeing these videos of these black women proposing to men?
Mm-hmm. I have.
All right. Well, first, let me get your thoughts on it. So, be honest. Don't try to be a fake feminist. What's your gut reaction when you see these videos? You like them? You hate them? You think they're weird?
I
Like,
mean, to
what goes
each
through your
their
mind?
own. To each their own. But you won't catch me out here. You won't catch me out here proposing to any man.
Why not?
I don't know. I actually so me and my boyfriend me and my boyfriend actually talked about this before, and he wants me to. He. I don't know if actually I don't know if this is a joke or if he's being serious, but I'm not gonna do it. He he says that that's what he wants, and I'm just like, no, I'm it's not gonna happen.
Okay, but you still haven't told me why.
Because I just no, I want to be proposed to. I have had a fantasy my whole life of the way that I would like to be proposed to, and I don't think I'm gonna compromise that for anyone. I think I deserve it. So that's my hill that I'm standing on.
Okay.
If other people want to do that, I don't have a problem with it. I just think like I see people like all the time say that like, oh, like if a man wanted to get married, then he would have proposed to you already, and he really doesn't want to if you had to do it first. But like I don't really know. It's different from relationship to relationship. I don't know. If you're comfortable enough in your relationship to propose to your man, then you go ahead. I personally wouldn't do it in such a public way. I would like ask somebody over dinner, like, hey, do you want to get married? Like that's as far as I would go. It's not going to be a whole public display for me.
You finish?
Yes.
All right. So I didn't realize that on today's podcast, we learned how much of a toxic partner Shanna is.
I'm not a toxic partner.
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you
why. No, I'm not a toxic
I'm going to tell you why. Right.
I swear. No, I'm not. I'm not.
So you said that your boyfriend, he's probably joking, but just in an alternative universe, let's assume he's dead serious, right? And he says,
okay,
I want you to propose to me, right? And you're saying that it is out of the question just because you've always fantasized about him proposing to you. So
no, I mean,
hold on. So what about his wants? What about his desires? It means nothing to you?
I mean, it does. It does. If he was really serious, but that's the thing. Like, I don't think he's being serious. But if he was, I don't know. I mean, I guess. Can we both get proposed to? Like, can I propose to you and then you propose to me? Equality.
Okay.
So we both get what we want.
Who goes first?
Me. I go first. No. He goes first, and then I'll go after.
Oh, so he has to propose first, and then you can propose.
No. Never mind. It doesn't. I'll propose to you first if I know that I'm gonna get proposed to you in the way that I want to.
But you wouldn't just follow the bullet and get on get down on one knee and propose to him?
I don't know. It depends.
I'm
not one for public spectacle. Actually, I am because I want to get proposed to in Disney World. So I don't know. I guess I will. If I absolutely know you're gonna say yes, then okay, sure, fine, whatever.
Shannon is the fakest feminist ever. But here's the thing:
I don't claim to be a feminist. I never.
Oh, yes, you do, Shannon. You claim it without claiming it. Shannon, no, stop. You claim it without claiming it. Props for the principles all the time, but you just.
But I've never claimed it out loud. So you know.
You don't. But you. The only reason you don't claim it out loud is for situations like this, so that I can't hold you down to the label of feminist.
No.
Even though you subscribe to all of the principles. Here's what I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I agree with what you said earlier about how if I wanted to marry a woman, I would ask her.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, a woman proposing to me would be problematic because if you are proposing to me, it means I didn't see myself proposing to you anytime soon.
Yeah, and I would assume like if you're proposing to your man, I would assume that you guys. I think it's different if you have a conversation about marriage, right? And you guys know that you're both on the same page and you want to marry each other. Then I think it's fine if the woman goes first, if you know that you guys are on the same page in terms of marriage. But if you've never had that conversation and you just do it, then I feel like that's a little.
Well, here's my thing though. So once again, don't propose to me because if I wanted to marry you, I would have proposed to you. And look, here's the thing. It's not to say that I'm not going to propose to you eventually. I just cannot be thinking about proposing to you right now. And so I agree with your sentiment, Shannon, about that's why I wouldn't want a woman to propose to me for that reason. And here's the thing, though, for women, if you are proposing to men out there, most men feel like I feel. If they wanted to ask you to marry them, they would have asked you. And so here's the thing: you are asked. So you as a woman, you get down on one knee, you propose to a man. He might say yes to you because he's pressured by the public spectacle. Mm-hmm. This could be true for men and women, but definitely for like if the woman is proposing, because it's so just against our cultural norms that if he doesn't want to marry you, but you're outside in the public park, no man wants to embarrass a woman that he's with, and so he's going to say yes to you, even if he doesn't really see himself marrying you right now or at all. And now you're in this space now where you're engaged to this guy who doesn't really wants to rush into marriage, and so you might end up one of those couples that end up being engaged for like 3, 4, 5 years, and now you're frustrated.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. So like, I wouldn't do it unless I know that my partner wanted me to do it. Like, if we
no, you were right the first time you spoke. You don't want to do it. You are never.
No. But I'm just saying, if I were to do it, it would have to be because my partner told me, I want you to propose to me. That's the only way. Like, I'm not gonna do it out of nowhere.
But you wouldn't do it with love, though.
No. What do you mean? Yeah, I would. If if that's what he really wanted.
Shannon, you said you fantasize.
I mean, yes, because I had a vision of what I wanted. So yes, I would be a little sad that I had to let that go. But like I said, if we could get some kind of compromise going, I'll do it. Then you do it.
You would be a little bit bitter. I'm not saying that that you'll be angry as you propose, but somewhere deep inside, if you have fantasized about this, you would be a little bit salty that you didn't get the dream. And I get it, because you guys been watching Disney movies your whole life, and so you grew up watching dudes. It must feel incredible. It's like there are very few moments in life where men are in a public display of subservience to a woman. A proposal is one of those. He's literally down on bended knee with this ring that he spent. What was supposed to spend?
3 months. 3 months salary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He spent 3 months salary on this with this diamond in front of you, and so I get it. The fantasy, and so you would be a little bit better. So I get it. And so I think me and you are kind of, if we're keeping it real, we are both personally probably against this whole woman proposing to men thing, right? Just personally. Now, the second part of this that I want to explore with you, Shannon, have you seen one of these proposals where the woman was not black?
I don't think so, actually, now that you say that.
Me neither. And so what I want to ask you is, what is going on here?
You're trying to say black men don't want to get married? That's why.
No, I want to know what's going on.
Oh no! I don't know if there are videos out there, but maybe just the viral ones that I've seen are of black people. But I don't know. I don't think I've seen. Yeah, I don't think I've seen. I don't think I've seen like a white or like. No, I take that back. I think I did see one of a Spanish girl proposing. I did. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Shannon. All right, so Shannon saw one. I haven't seen any. And look, I'm not saying that none exist. My point is I haven't seen any, but I've seen at least 5 black women proposing to men. Mm-hmm. These videos or pictures on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And I want to ask you, what do you think is going on that this seems to be an us thing?
I don't know. I
don't like it. I'm just keep it real. I don't like it. Now, unlike you, I can say that 'cause I'm not a feminist. And let me explain why I don't like it. Mm-hmm. I don't like it because it seems to be kind of this next step of taking away the black man's masculinity, right? Like when you propose to a woman, you're kind of putting yourself on the cross, in certain ways. Because it don't matter how much you and your partner talked about marriage, when you're proposing, she could still say no. Like you don't know.
I would hope not. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but you don't know. Like she might think of, oh my God, do I really, really, really want to do this? I love this guy. Do I really feel like I'm ready at this point in my life to be married? You never know for a fact 100% if she's going to say yes or no, even if she loves you. And so my point is, as a man, it is a very, very intimate and vulnerable moment for you because you are kind of putting yourself out there, laying it all on the line. You think she'll say yes. You guys talked about it, but you don't know until she says yes, I will marry you, right? And for me, it's kind of a very important step in traditional masculinity that as a man, once you become of marrying age and you have something going for yourself, you find a woman and you propose to her. And I don't like this role reversal that seems to just be us, where once again it's kind of the black woman is taking like her another step into masculinity, where um it's like you guys, you, you're making more money, you are, you have high degrees, and so now it's like it's two extremes. It's city girls on one hand, you know, on the other hand, it's I'm the one proposing. So where does that leave black men at? It just makes me feel icky.
Okay. Well, I listen. There's a lot of underlying toxic masculinity in there. You don't have to like.
No, tell me what it is.
It's I
But
don't
see, I
know.
thought what you said toxic.
What I said was not toxic.
Shannon, you said you fantasize about getting proposed to
How's that toxic?
because it doesn't take into any consideration the man. It's almost like the man is a
No.
hold
But
on.
I didn't say.
The man is a proxy. And look, it's not just you. All y'all do that. The marriage and the wedding is all about y'all. Even though I'm there, but it's all about y'all. I've always found it to be destructive and toxic, but it's kind of what y'all do. But go ahead. What about what I said was
No,
toxic?
no.
Go
But
ahead.
I didn't say that. But I didn't say that I wasn't willing to budge. I said I had a fantasy about it. Yes, but that's because I grew up in a time where women were very much not proposing to men. So yeah, I had the fantasy about it because I just assumed I would be proposed to. But if he really told me that he wanted it, I would. Yes, would I be a little upset that I'm not getting proposed to in Disney World? But I would do it if that's what he really wanted.
All right. Let's talk about what I said was that was toxic masculinity. Let's go.
Well, because you were talking about all this other stuff about how women are making more money and now like and all this other stuff and now like they're proposing to you. I feel like that's a little bit toxic.
How?
That's
Explain me
toxic
out.
thinking. Because like, why is it wrong that women are making more money or doing whatever else he said? What else did he say?
So here's why it's wrong. And when I say it's wrong, it's not that women should be underachieving. It's that black men need to achieve more. And let me explain why. Mm-hmm. Women don't marry down. In fact, it's part of the reason why a lot of black women are single. And this is not a black woman thing. This is a female thing. And so, and we see it in the data, women aren't attracted to men that they view they are better than, right? Now, we live in a capitalist society. Money means something. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of women, they don't like dating men that they make significantly more money than, or dating men who work in occupations that they view, lower than theirs. So if she's a lawyer, she's not going to be interested in dating in marrying a janitor, even if the janitor is making pretty decent money. It's because in society, we don't look at janitors with prestige. And so women like marrying on their level, or they like marrying men who are above them.
Okay.
Based on the data that we have. And so part of the dysfunction in the black community is we have so many black women who are excelling, and there's not an equal number of black men on that same level financially and like prestige. And so what I'm saying is we're watching these videos where, look, black women aren't the only group of women that make money. Jewish women make a lot of money. Asian women make a lot of money. But once again, they're not proposing. You know why? Because their men still view the proposal as kind of part of their masculine responsibility. Mm-hmm. And I think there's something to be said. And so you can call it toxic if you want to, but one of the things I always say, the black community is a matriarch. And it is filled with pain, suffering, and dudes shooting each other all the time. So if that's what you have to offer under female rule, why would I want that? I'll ask you a question. Why would I want that? I don't want it.
Oh man.
And I think black men need to be better, do better. And propose. Damn it! If you want to marry this woman, propose. Why is a woman proposing to you?
Well, you know what? Can't argue with you there because I want to get proposed to. So I'm gonna agree with you.
Yeah, you want to get proposed
I
to.
agree with you.
Yeah, and damn what he wants, but you want to get proposed to. And he should do it if he values you. If he values you, and look, contrary to popular belief, I don't believe this whole thing where it takes me 5 years to figure out if I want to marry somebody. No, it doesn't. I meet you, we date. Here's what I say: you got to spend 4 years, four seasons with somebody. So you got to see what she's like during Christmas season, Thanksgiving. Is she a hole in the summertime?
Yeah, that's important. That's the important one.
And there's one more I'm missing. Oh, Valentine's Day, right? So all those holidays and stuff, you want to see how somebody acts during all these seasons. But this whole belief that 3, 4, 5 years and then you marry, that's ridiculous. And we do that a lot. We shack up, we cohabitate, but we don't marry. We need to marry. If you're going to be with this woman, how can you make her a mom, but are afraid to make her your wife?
Well, I don't really know about that because people have different views on marriage that I'm not really opposed to. I don't really think that you need to get married if like maybe two people want to be together, but they just don't want to get married. Don't know why, but like if people have those views, then I don't have anything against that. But
so here's why you're wrong again.
Okay. I don't think I'm wrong. I just think it's an opinion. It's just an opinion that I have. So I don't know if it's wrong. But okay.
You're kind of embarrassing me because on last week's episode, I told everybody that you were smarter than me, but it ain't coming through this episode. I don't.
My opinion. What are you talking about?
All right, let me explain. To your point, I agree because I'm someone who also am kind of about marriage, right?
There you go. Okay,
but let me explain. If you don't have children, I'm not as pressed about you getting married.
Okay.
If you have children, it is imperative that you get married. And let me explain why. We view marriage as, it is a piece of paper. It doesn't mean anything. That is the furthest from the truth in America today. Now, things can change in the future, but you know this, Shannon. And if you don't know this, just ask your parents about the tax, right? The tax benefits. Well, yeah.
Taxes, yes.
Insurance.
Before you told me that I wasn't smart, I was actually going to say that. I was actually going to say that there are benefits to being married. Yes, but if people don't want to get married, like.
But we don't talk about that though.
Okay.
In my opinion, I feel like when I hear black people talk about marriage, we talk about like we speak about it almost as if we don't know about the financial benefits. Because
there's tons of financial benefits to getting married.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Marriage is imperative to build wealth. Mm-hmm. It's imperative to build wealth. Mm-hmm. We're not getting married. All these other cultures are getting married. Mm-hmm. It's kind of woven into their cultural DNA, so to speak. It's not in ours. We have embraced a culture of baby mamaism. And my point is, I don't understand men who are afraid of marriage. Because look, I get being afraid of getting married. I'm afraid of getting married. But what I don't understand are the dudes who are afraid of getting married, but they're not afraid of making a woman the mother of their child. That I don't understand. She's going to be the mother of your child forever.
I mean, yes, it is probably more. You're probably going to be in a more secure situation if you are married before you have children. Yes.
Oh, you're more secure. You're more financially secure. Number one. Number two, it helps you build wealth while you're married. Number three, built into marriage is the what I like to call the financial thorn. And so marriage is set up that it is going to hurt you financially if you get divorced.
Yes.
That is by design. Mm-hmm. Because it is to dissuade you from getting a divorce. That's a good thing.
I have a problem with that because I feel like if people want to get divorced, then they should just be able to get divorced, and it shouldn't be so difficult. But that's.
Well, no, the process of getting a divorce should be super easy, but you're not going to skip the financial hit. Meaning this, uh, depending on what your relationship was like, if your wife wasn't working and she was or she was working part-time but spending more time at home because of children, yeah, you're gonna have to pay alimony. Mm-hmm. Right. So here's the thing. So now you're divorced, Shannon. As a man, you're paying your own rent, and now you're paying. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead, because I'm about to change. I'm about to slightly change the subject. So you.
Okay, yeah. So I was saying though. So now you're a man. You're divorced. Mm-hmm. You're paying for your new apartment, your new place, but now you also have to pay alimony towards your wife. Depending on how many children you have, you might have to pay child support. And so even if you made the process super easy, Shannon, the financial thorns are still going to be there. And they're there because it's to make you kind of think, okay, because look, I think people get divorced too easily now. I think we went from one extreme to the other. One extreme was it was almost impossible to get divorced, and that's not healthy because some marriages need to dissolve. They're unhealthy, they're toxic, they're abusive, they need to end. But we're going into like the other direction where people just throw marriages away just like that, not thinking about the consequences. And I know a couple of them, if you had to ask them, 2-3 years later, hey, was it worth getting divorced? They'd probably tell you, not really.
Okay, so question, is alimony the same as spousal support?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. Because I found that kind of wild that like you would have to pay out spousal support after you get divorced. That doesn't make any sense to me.
So so a lot of the laws on the books, they're old laws. So they're from a time where it was very likely that a married woman who was now a divorced woman was in a bad spot because she did not have the tools to be an independent person because she was married to this man. And she was like the primary caretaker of the house and the children. And so the thinking was, you can't just throw this woman to the wolves and leave her for a younger woman, which that was happening. Dudes were leaving their wives for younger versions of their wives. And so alimony came to be so that women can be financially supported as they transition into a new relationship where they could be with somebody else. Now the world is totally different, but we still have these laws in the books. Laws change very slowly.
Yeah.
Very, very slowly. And so a lot of the divorce laws don't make sense today, given the fact that women are much more independent, given the fact that most marriages today, both spouses are working. The number of the number of women who are stay-at-home moms is so low, though in a weird shift of events, it's actually going back up again. And so if we're both working, yeah, I should not be paying you this huge bill.
Yeah,
and you ain't giving me no ass.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. I think spousal support is insane. So yeah.
So no, I'm not saying don't take marriage seriously. You should take marriage seriously because it can.
Oh no, you should. If you decide to enter into a union, then you definitely should take it seriously.
Yeah,
which is I think
people should get prenups.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you getting a prenup?
I don't know. I have not been thinking about my life that deeply to know that, but I'll cross that bridge if I get to it.
Yeah, you sound no prenup. Oh my God. Okay. All right. So yeah, stop proposing, ladies.
Propose if you want to. Just make sure you have a conversation about it. I wanted to get proposed to you in Disney World.
Don't do it. Listen, nobody's gonna. I'm gonna speak to the black men right now. This is for the last couple of seconds here. To the black men, nobody's gonna respect you, man. I'm telling you. we look. Shannon's out here pretending like this is a good option for some of y'all.
No, I already said that it's not my ideal situation. I just said
but just saying propose if you want to. And what I'm telling these dudes out there, nobody's gonna respect you. She's not gonna look. Her mom's not gonna respect you. Her father's not gonna respect you.
Okay, here's something that you need to do. People need to have more dialogue about your futures. Then, if you don't want your girl to propose to you, then be upfront and honest and be like, I don't want to get married right now. I don't
Why
see
can't y'all
myself
just
getting married right
submit
now.
to American culture? Like, why y'all always trying to reinvent the wheel? And it's only y'all. Once again, I don't see a bunch of Jewish women proposing. I don't see a bunch of white women proposing. I don't see a bunch of, but it's y'all the only ones trying to constantly
Listen,
just
I just think that there needs to be an open dialogue about marriage. If you don't want to get married, then be upfront so that you are not in a stupid position where your girl is proposing to you and you don't want to say yes. So just make sure that she knows that you don't want to get married.
I think black women hate black men. No, I'm serious. I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about this for a while now. That you guys are kind of associated with a lot of these anti-men movement. Because see, white women talk about this stuff, but they don't live it though. Like you ever notice how white women are like super liberal, like super pro woman, but the way they live personally is like very patriarchal. Like they get married to like men who have good jobs, who could take care of them. A lot of them give their children their husband's last name. Even if they don't take their husband's last name, they give their children their husband's last names. Like they preach feministy, but personally they live patriarchally. But y'all the only ones who like are trying to live this life, even though you're destroying the community.
Oh my Lord.
I don't get it.
Okay.
I don't understand it. Why y'all hate us so much? Answer that question, then we can move
on. I can't speak for other black women. I don't hate black men, so I'm gonna just shut up. I can't speak for the other ones that you say hate them because I don't really know what you're talking about. Okay.
So you think that there is a anti-black male sentiment amongst black women, or do you think I'm just crazy?
I personally don't think so. I don't think
fair
so.
enough. Fair enough. All right, fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.